Good afternoon. Tommy here, Tommy Time segment. I wanted to discuss motors. When you're changing a motor out, or you have a motor that is possibly, you think, not operating correctly, it could be a couple things. These are tech tips that I want you to try and check in the field before you call in any manufacturer to say that there is a bad motor. It could be something that slipped. If you've changed a motor out, it's very simple to miss this step. I'm going to point it out because all motor manufacturers have a drive on the end of the motor and have a crown that's close to the head of the motor. And they have to be in sync with each other whenever the motor is placed into whichever tube the manufacturer is using. And if it's not synced in that tube correctly, it's very possible that it won't be counting correctly because they have to sync up with each other, both of them connected. So whenever they're counting, the drive is counting, it's counting the revolutions based on the crown that's at the head of the motor. So let me point this out real quick. Hopefully this helps somebody. Okay, so on the motor, hold on, let me get it to zoom in. There it goes. There is a drive on the end of the motor and a crown on the head of the motor. Well, as you can see, this crown has a raised portion. So that basically means it helps it know that it is in a secure location that won't be spinning around. So when the motor turns the drive, it's actually turning a tube and this is setting still. So there is a very specific slot that this has to fit into. And as you can see, now it does not rock. It does not have anywhere to go but between those two aluminum pieces. Every tube has something like that. Some manufacturers use an octagonal tube, which means they have their own drive that they put to fit into the octagon tube that this slides into the slot to keep it in place. Every manufacturer has something a little different. This is just on this particular shade system here. I wanted to point this out. This is a very common tubular motor that all have this notch, raised notch that's sticking out of the motor. So whenever you push that all the way in, now it is flush, and that means it's going to count and allow you to set your limits correctly. Hopefully this tech tip, as well as something to check when you're out in the field, just in case, I'm not saying it happens, it very possibly could have happened, and it could have been something that the motor slid out, you put it back in, but you didn't put it back in the right slot or something like that. Anything's possible. I'm just trying to give you some tech tips to help you finish a job out in the field without having to leave the homeowner upset for any reason at all. I hope this hopefully helps everybody out there. Let me know if you have any comments in any questions in the comments below. Sorry, tongue-tied today.